Hey everyone, this is Phil with the TradeLab Discord. We're looking at the 5-minute chart of SPY. I've got the SRX Support and Resistance system on my screen. The new version of our indicator is out. This features the diamonds and crosses, which are the break and retest trades. So whenever we're above a level or a zone and we break down below it, and then we go back up to test it. If it holds as resistance, you're going to get one of these purple diamonds or a purple cross, and that is a bearish indication. If we're underneath a level or a zone, we come over it and then we come back into it and close above it. That's a break and retest that indicates some potential bullish movement, and that would print a blue diamond or a blue cross. Now, what's the difference between the diamonds and the crosses? Well, depends on how you have your indicator set up. I've got mine set up to look at a bias filter, which is this line that you see here. The line on the bottom is just an 8 EMA, and it's colored so that when it's sloping down, it's red. When it's sloping up, it's green. This bias indicator, when it's sloping down, it is orange. When it's sloping up, it goes to this blue color. So if the bias indicator is sloping downward, we're looking at a downtrend bias. So if we have a downtrend signal while there's a downtrend bias for the break and retest, it'll print a diamond. If we have a downtrend signal, but our bias is indicating an uptrend, then it will show as a cross instead, telling you to be careful because we've got mixed signals between the bias filter and whatever signal that you're using, which in this case is the break and retest. So you can see with this first signal here, this was a massive trade. So you would have got in right here after the signal prints and holds on the 5-minute chart. This would be your entry. It'd be a 678 put. That's $1.48. You can see all the details up here. If you just held it to S2, that's an 88.5% move. If you hold it to the next leg down, which is the previous day low, that's 136%. If you hold it down to this level, which we call our max range low, we have a max range low and a max range high on the chart each day. We determine with about 84% accuracy over the past 3 years that price will close somewhere between this. Now, obviously, if it's 84% correct, that means 16% of the time it's not. Typically, from what I've seen, even when it's not, it still stays pretty close. Sometimes it can drop really hard or it can shoot up to the upside. This is there to give you some probabilities. I like to use this as an indication to stay away from trades. I might get in on something right here targeting this area, but I would be careful about taking trades below the max low or above the max high. But if you held this to the max low, that's 227%, almost 228. And if you held it to close, that's 352, 353%. And this is doable. I know it seems far-fetched, but we do it all the time. The key is having multiple contracts and then scaling out. So having a profit target as this level and then having a profit target as this level. And then you could have another profit target here. And if you still have contracts left, you could keep them right into the close. Now, even if you miss this one, there were still plenty of opportunities to get in, but I highlight this one just because I was in this play, and this was a 676 put. If you held it to S2, which only took 5 or 10 minutes, that's almost 60%. And if you held it to the previous day low, that's 64%. Holding it to the max low is 152%. And again, all of that happens very quickly. That happened within maybe 40 minutes. And if you held it to close, that's 274%. Now let's take a look at what some of our people did in chat today. So we've got a bad trader. He took a bounce off of S1. He did 208 to 237 on a call. Then we've got Lance, investing teacher on Discord. He says, is this the cheapest Texas Roadhouse steak? Now, Lance is quick with these. 16 seconds, He went 150 to 167. And then he explains his play right here, shows us a little more details about it. And he was following the 5-minute diamond signal, and then he switched over to the 1-minute chart to manage. Then we've got Aiden, who goes by Celtic Trader. He had a lot of nice trades today, 190 to 196 and 216, 187 to 196 and 195. Here I am at 10:45. I was in and out of this trade very fast. That would be this trade here. So the signal came in at 10:40, and I took profit as we hit S2. I took a higher strike. I went 166 to 225 on that. We've got Irwin. He had a lot of nice trades today. He put that system into practice that I talked about buying multiple contracts and scaling out, and he did a fantastic job today. So he went 136 to 148, took a lot of his risk off. Then he took some more risk off at 154, and then he had enough room to breathe, and he could let it go to 187. So great job, Irwin. Then we had Celtic Trader back again with the previous day low break, 173 to 185, and then he held one to 197. And then Irwin's back again, and look at how fast some of these are. 7 seconds, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, 55 seconds. These were all wins, 202 to 209, 169 to 193, 137 to 187, and 160 to 168. And then Lance is back again with another play. This one's about 3 minutes long, 118 to 125, and he goes into a little detail about why he took that trade in one of his other posts. So if you're on the fence about this indicator, just come join us. It's $49 a month. You can easily pay for a year's worth of this indicator with 1 or 2 trades. This one trade right here would have made you $500, and that's a year's worth of the indicator. And these types of moves pop up almost every single day. You can go back and watch the couple dozen videos that I have out at this point showing trade after trade just like this with real proof that we're in these trades and taking them. This was Lance yesterday at noon. He posted this was his last loss on 12/8 with the SRX indicator, and he's just stacking up win after win after win. He's doing a fantastic job. We'd love to have you. Just come join us for a month, and you can see what all the hype is about. I hope you all had a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you back here later on in the week.